What's up, everybody? Jed Johnson here from DieselCrew.com. Of course, you know they call me Napalm, and this is a continuation of the January Q&As. This question is from Alan Hynek. And just a reminder, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and sign up for notifications so you never miss one of my videos. And leave your comments below. If you have any questions to be considered for a Q&A, go ahead, put it down there. Hopefully I can get to it and keep this series going. It seems to be pretty popular. All right, Alan's question has to do with tilted inch lifts. He wants to know what I think about tilted inch lifts for training purposes. So a couple things along these lines. I think tilted lifts are a great way to get your hand used to holding the weight of the inch dumbbell. And you need to, that's something that's very important in order to be able to actually lift it. So I think it's a great training method. Now, there was a time in the past where if people were tilting the inch, I kind of thought it was bogus, and I might have said that in a past video, but here's the thing. These days I don't give a shit. That does not matter to me whatsoever. I think there's two lifts. There's the strict untilted lift, and there's the tilted lift. And as long as you're picking it up with one hand and you're not assisting in any way to get any lift whatsoever with your offhand, then I think that's impressive as hell. And here's why. Here's why. There is absolutely, if you're going to clean the inch dumbbell, I think there's absolutely zero reason why you should worry about lifting it the first few inches totally level. Because obviously, if you can clean it, you can lift it. So what does it matter what way you lift it if you're actually pulling it to your shoulder? I see no reason not to tilt it when you're going to clean it. So is it really that bad to tilt it when you're lifting it? I think the strict, untilted, level with the ground lift is showing complete domination of the inch on the deadlift feet. But that all goes out the window when you're trying to pull it to your shoulder. So, in my opinion, I don't see any problem with a tilted lift. I've seen very few times where someone lifted the inch dumbbell, or especially in the double inch farmer's walk, where they've picked up an inch dumbbell in each hand and then carried them for distance. Very few times do you see the person carry them perfectly level, and usually it's someone with just enormous hands, bigger than mine even. Someone like Mark Felix, whose hand is so big they actually touch both bells on the handle. Sorry, I just had lunch, so I'm kind of gassy. Someone that Mark Felix, whose hand is so large that they touch both bells on either side, they're going to lift it level because that's probably the only way they're going to do it. Their hand is wedged in there. And that contact actually helps them. That contact helps to slow that rotation process that takes place when you lift the inch up. So, probably, because I say you won't see many perfectly level inch farmer's lifts, someone's going to point to Mark Felix, but that's a big part of it right there is his hand. He has to it seems like he has to almost smush his hand down in between the two bells. So, yeah, if I see someone doing an inch lift and it's tilted, or especially a combo lift where they're taking it from the side saddle position, they're standing with it outside of their foot. Most often those are tilted lifts. I don't see a problem with that whatsoever. In last year at Worldwide Grip Battle No Excuses, when people were lifting the inch onto a platform, most of those were tilted as well. The thing that I think is total bullshit is when someone's doing a combo feat and they've got the inch dumbbell pinned up against the side of their leg. That kind of assistance has nothing to do with grip strength and all about helping you perform the feat. So if you're lifting it off to the side and it grazes your leg or it touches it, or maybe when you're walking with it it's bouncing against your leg, that's like incidental contact. But if you're doing a feat that's a time under tension type of lift and you're pinning it against your leg or propping it against your thigh, like, that is just, I think that's a joke, personally. I don't know why you'd even post that video. So that's neither here nor there. That's not the tilt that we're talking about. That's something totally different. But, to me, that's where things, the assistance is getting excessive, big time. So, I'm the kind of guy who nobody's more strict on my feats than me. I've talked about it already. I have a couple guys that a bunch of guys really, that when I attempt a feat and I think I might have gotten it done, I'll send the video clip to them. It's basically Chaz Strange, Zach Mullins, Luke Raymond, and Clint Ziegler. I have them look at the video and make sure that it's quality enough. A lot of times I don't even send them the ones that are really close. I send them the ones that I would consider perhaps good enough. And if those guys say, nah, you got to do it a little bit better, then I just do it a little bit better. That's all there is to it. So I think there needs to be, I think if someone, especially someone with a following, if they're going to do stuff that is of a magnitude that most people will never reach, then they need to be honest and they need to say that I was able to do this, but it's braced against my leg. I'll try to do better or something like that. I think that's, that's honorable, I guess. Is that maybe the right word? But when it comes to, and what we're seeing is people like Tim Butler. He just did a lift that was, I think, a 190 inch bell in one hand and then Blobzilla in the other hand. And he even said that the inch lift was not strict, meaning it wasn't perfectly level. And he put, I think he put not strict in parentheses after inch lift. So to me, that's very commendable, and that's the way it should be done. So, but as far as tilts, I don't get concerned about that on an inch lift at all. And what we've seen lately is that people are putting up videos where they try to be extra strict with the inch tilt and either keep it totally level, or they even place something like a can or a fat grips on one of the globes or both globes to show that it's not even rotating. They're able to maintain a grip on it so strong that it's not even rotating, which is very, very impressive. So obviously there's varying levels of strictness in many of these lifts. Inch dumbbell is a prime example, and if you're doing it without tilt or you've got something balanced on there and it never moves, then obviously you're doing that with a great deal of control and you're really dominating the feat. So, that's why we have multiple lists or multiple designations, I guess, because I'm not sure that all this stuff actually gets put on a list. That would be a tremendous undertaking to do. But people who take this stuff seriously and have pride in what they're doing and don't want to fool anybody just to get views, those people are clarifying those things either in the titles of their videos or the descriptions. So that's my thoughts on it. I hope you understand what I'm talking about there. If so, give the video one of these. Big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Leave your comments if you need anything clarified down below. Questions down below in the comments section as well. Subscribe. Get your notifications done, brother. All the best in your training. Take care.